You're listening to the 49 Carats Podcast, a 49ers Goldmine production with Angelina Martin and Stephanie Sanchez.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the 49 Carats Podcast. I'm your host, Steph, and I'm joined here as always by my co-host, Angie. Angie, how are you feeling today?
Oh my God, I'm feeling good. So much better than the last time we recorded. And now it's 2022. It's a time for new beginnings, a new era, some might say. So I'm feeling pretty good.
A new era. I like that. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, how it all
Well, but
works out, huh?
speaking of old eras, I know we have a This Week in 49ers History. Do you want to take
Yes.
us through that?
Take it away. Yeah, I'll take us through it. So it is a new year, 2022. 2022 is really hard for me to say. Are you having the same problem?
I haven't
Like
had to say it out loud yet, I don't think.
it's like a lot
I
of
think yes.
noises. So anyway, so 2022, for our first little piece of history, we're taking it back to 2017. What a glorious year for 49er fans, because on January 1st, 2017, the Niners kicked the new year off with a bang bang Niner gang, and they fired Trent Baalke and Chip Kelly. And I mean,
What an
you just had
era.
to be there,
End of
right?
an
You
era.
just end of an era, end of arguably one of the worst eras in 49ers history. Looking at it from a managerial aspect, we all know what went down with Trent Baalke and Chip Kelly. That's just a whole nother story, but crazy that was now 5 years ago. It seems like yesterday, and we've come so far. So anything you want to say about that before I jump into the next one?
Well, I mean, it's crazy that Balky still has a job in the NFL, and as we've seen, he is Jacksonville's problem now, and it's funny because people are planning to wear like clown masks for the game on Sunday. Not the Niners game, the
Yeah,
Jaguars game. So again, their problem, not ours.
not ours. And you know what? I actually tweeted about this earlier because I saw the clown thing that the Jags fans are planning, and I was like, we never got to that point where we were dressing up as clowns, but people were reminding me of some of the things that Niner fans did. I One of them was the banner that was flown over Levi's
Oh my God,
Stadium. But I
yes.
think that was
That was for Jed,
that
I
was for
think.
York. Yeah. So I'm
Yes.
like, but that's a pretty grand gesture. And then other people told me that like fans would dress up in trash bags at the games, which this was when I was like still a poor college student, not attending any games at all. Like if I got to go, I was very lucky. So never got to see it in person, but RIP Trent Baalke in 49ers terms. All right, moving on. January 3rd, 1999, the catch part deux. The catch number 2, Terrell Owens and Steve Young connected on the catch 2. We have the video up on the screen. Look at us go. This was the winning touchdown reception in the 1998 NFC wildcard game. It was between the Packers and the Niners at 3Com Park at Candlestick Point on January 3rd, 1999. And what a catch it was. Huh, Steph?
Yeah, definitely. Again, like I was still too young at this point. Like this was before I really started watching the team, but moments like this still really like resonate because you just see the emotion on all the fans in the stands and obviously the players as well. And so, I'm still able to get emotional over plays like this. You see Owens here, obviously emotional as well, and
Live
can't blame
commentary.
him. Can't blame him. Yeah, there's a lot of history between the Packers and the Niners, I would say. Like I feel like there's been a lot of classics between them, especially in recent memory.
Yeah,
So
two NFC powerhouses. But you and I were lucky enough to have seen the catch number 3 that Vernon Davis caught, right? So
yeah.
every generation gets a catch. Let's see what the next one will be, right? Number 4. I did want to
Hopefully
throw
it's
out
Lance
one.
throwing it.
I know, right? It could be Jimmy. You never know. I did want to throw out one more that I got from the random 49ers account, my favorite Twitter account. If you're not following them, go follow
Love
them.
following it. Yep.
On January 3rd in 2021, we were introduced to the San Francisco 49 IRs. And that's where during the game, they showed all of the injured players up in the stands with their masks on. And there was just the entire team sitting out watching the game from the stands. So Richard Sherman was up there, Jimmy G was up there, Trent Williams was up there. Like it was literally anyone who's anyone on the 49ers, and really funny picture. And I'm glad that we're a year removed from that.
Yeah, there were so many of them. They had to get their own suite.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're crowding the sideline, guys. We're just gonna have you up top if that's cool.
Shoo. Yeah. So that's all we got for history this week.
Awesome. Well, yeah, Ryan, Happy New Year. And to anyone watching, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it if you like what we're saying. Just saying.
I was like going like this, like okay, and I was like, oh my god, that's the freaking white power sign now. Like I can't keep up. That's terrifying. I meant like good, like subscribe, just so you know. Anyway. Moving on. 49ers news.
49ers news. Do you want to go through that, Angie, as well?
Yeah. So as we all know, Elijah Mitchell was back for this game, which holla, great to have him back. And it was interesting to see how well he did upon coming back and how many of the carries he actually ended up getting. Not what we predicted at all. Trey Sermon, that other guy that they drafted as a running back, he was not activated from the IR as we thought he might be. And of course, Jimmy Garoppolo was out with that UCL tear, right? It's a tear. I'm not a doctor.
Yes. I'm no doctor, but yeah. I believe it's a tear.
So just a little bit of news there. God, terrible. Please subscribe. That's it. That's all the news.
Oh, did you say Wisnowski?
No. Oh, he was back. He was back. Thank God.
Cleared because we talked about him having COVID last week, and so
we
he cleared.
Sure.
He cleared before Sunday and was able to play.
Thank you, CDC.
Yes. Thank you, CDC, for changing the guidelines. And we'll talk about this later, but that could end up being important for the 49ers. They had a few more additions go on, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But before we do that, we have to talk about what everyone wants us to talk about. I'm dying to talk about it. Yeah. Trey Lance.
The guy.
Trey Lance. Yeah. It's time. It is time. Well, first, Angie, before we get into the nitty-gritty, I want to ask you, what did you think about Trey Lance's performance in his second start compared to his first?
I give it a solid B to B minus just because the first half wasn't great. I think kind of we all knew a little bit what to expect, right? After his showing against the Cardinals, I knew that, I was hoping for improvement. I did see improvement even in that first half, but you could tell that he's still a rookie. He's still trying to get the feel of the offense. And the same goes for Kyle Shanahan, right? He's still trying to get a feel of what plays to call for Trey Lance. But I mean, the kid got the dub, just showed some flashes of brilliance that have to get you excited about the future. And I mean, the second half was worlds away from the first half. He made adjustments despite throwing a pick that led to a touchdown, I believe. He came back and won the game for the Niners. So to see a rookie quarterback come out and do that in what people are forgetting, was a must win, basically a playoff game, I thought it was really impressive.
Yeah, definitely was impressive. The 49ers beat the Texans 23-7. They are now 9-7 on the season. And as you mentioned, Angie, that was a very important game. I know it's just the Texans, right? Everyone says it's just the Texans, but hey, it was also Trey Lance's second start. He is still a rookie. Any team is going to be, I don't want to say a challenge for him, but he's going to learn with every start. My observations, definitely in the first half, it felt like almost like he wanted to do a little too much. Like he strikes me as a kind of player that is looking for the big play always, which is
Yeah.
a great quality to have. Like
Right.
that's very exciting for 49er fans to know that we have a guy who's willing to make those big plays. But on the other hand, I do think that he leaves some, at least in the first half, it felt like he left some of those easier plays that were there for him on the field, trying to, make the bigger play. Um, so that was kind of what I saw. I feel like he did settle down in the second half for sure, and it was just it felt like a big difference. And I don't want to make it seem like the first half was bad. It really wasn't. Like
Right.
I thought he played pretty well.
Yeah.
Obviously aside from the interception.
Yeah.
But in the first half he was 10 for 13, 105 yards with the interception. Second half, 6 for 10, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. And you mentioned it as well. Like I think Kyle Shanahan is also feeling it out and trying to figure out what play calls work for Trey Lance. And it's going to be a feeling out process. It's going to be a learning process for Lance. JT O'Sullivan, if you guys watch his YouTube channel, even if you have never watched it before, go out and do that. He actually put out like a review of like Trey Lance's second start, and it was really good to see. He pointed out those little things that he's doing that could see some improvement, but all in all, Trey Lance looks good.
Yeah.
I think.
I like what you pointed out is like the difference between him and Jimmy Garoppolo. I think the fact that you said he's always looking for the big play. And I think you can really see the difference in how quickly Jimmy Garoppolo gets the ball out compared to Trey Lance. I feel like Jimmy, if he sees a play, it might be a guy 5 yards away from him, like he's going to go for whoever is open to relieve some of that pressure on the O line. I feel like that's what that does, and I feel like it's still a bit of an adjustment for the O line having someone that holds the ball as long as Trey Lance did, and that was something I noticed in the game as well.
Yep. One play that really stood out to that point that you just made, Angie, was the play where they're running slants, like there's a few slants going over the middle of the field, and Lance scrambles out of the pocket instead. He had an easy, like they were at least 2 that were open right away. Yeah. But he ended up, moving away from the pocket, and he's still able to make the play. He passes the ball to Ayuk. So, I mean, it says a lot about the type of player that he is, right? Maybe I don't know why he didn't take that easy play. It might be this play right here. Yep. It was that play right there where you see Kittle and you see Ayuk running their slants over the middle. He still completes it to Ayuk. So, I mean, it's good that he can extend plays, and even when he scrambles, he's keeping his eyes up, looking downfield, which is always nice.
And that ability to do that once he gets more comfortable in the pocket and everything, like, oh my God, it's gonna be beautiful, dude. Like, I'm so excited because there you can see still that like he's young and he might not be thinking as quickly as some of the more seasoned vets, like even like Jimmy Garoppolo. There was the one play where he probably might have been able to get the first down. I think he had like half a yard or so to go in front of him to get the first down. And like, I just wasn't really aware of where he was on the field. I don't know how, since the chain was right there, but just little things like that you notice that it's like, okay, these are things that can easily be improved on. And just like everyone said with him coming out of the draft, I mean, the ceiling is so high.
Yep, for sure. And the play we're showing at the moment was the interception. Again, Debo was open on the other side. That's probably 6 right there if he throws it to Debo. So like, you're gonna take your lumps with Trey Lance. There are going to be some things right away, like right now where we say, oh, maybe Jimmy could have done that better, right? Like there's
Yeah,
a
of
couple things
course.
that
Yeah.
the processing, the knowledge of the playbook and where everyone is, the different coverages, all that. But, all in all, I do feel like Trey Lance definitely has the higher ceiling. I mean,
Yeah,
that's not hard to see.
you're not gonna get 40 air yards out of Jimmy most days, right? Like, I'm just saying on a
Yep,
touchdown
yep.
pass.
And just to make that point, I know we want to keep looking at these clips here, but I did want to point out something that, and I'm sorry, this is tiny, but you can kind of see. So I'm sharing for the audio listeners. I'm sharing a tweet that Chris Sims sent out, and it has next gen stats. They have the pass charts of quarterbacks for each game. On the left, you see Jimmy Garoppolo's pass chart. Very, centered to the field, right? There's a lot of dots in the middle of the field. And as we know that's Jimmy Garoppolo's bread and butter. It works for him. Fine. On the right, you see Trey Lance's pass chart. And you see some, deep passes there. And not just that, but you see the ball spread out, a little more than Jimmy Garoppolo. And that's just another point that we were making, right? That you're going to get a different type of attack with Trey Lance.
Yeah, something I didn't even ever think about, which I'm dumb, but that this tweet points out is like when you are less of a risk taker like Jimmy G, it actually is more risky because you're throwing into higher traffic areas. And it's like it's funny how that works. If you're willing to risk the big throw, usually you only have to worry about 1, 2 at the most, sometimes defenders, right? But over the middle, everyone's there.
Yep.
Crazy how that works. Football.
It's a great point. And it's they each quarterback has their pros and cons, right? But again, like I feel like between us, like the consensus and most fans, I think we would say that the ceiling is higher with Trey Lance. He averaged 10.8 yards per attempt on Sunday. Shout out to Akash for pointing that out.
This was my fast fact. This was my fast fact.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
No,
this is Angie's fast fact, guys. 10.8 yards per attempt. Yeah, we still need our soundboard.
I know.
By the
I
way,
asked one for Christmas, but no one got me one.
Pain. Maybe next season we'll have that, and when we drop a fact, we'll just be like fast facts. Just an idea. Just an idea.
Anyways, sorry, I interrupted. Yeah. Fast fact.
Oh no, it was your fast fact. Okay.
Yes,
he averaged 10.8 yards per attempt. On Sunday, Garoppolo has averaged 10.8 yards per attempt only 6 times in his 44 starts. And again, you can point to the fact that this was against the Texans, sure. But I'm going to also remind you that it was Trey Lance's second start in the NFL. Yeah. So no matter how you want to look at it, I mean, I think it's impressive.
The Texans who just destroyed Justin Herbert. So,
oh yeah, Justin Herbert did. I mean, I don't know if that was just a bad game for him, or can we credit Texans for that? But
they put up like over 40 points on the Chargers, right? So
yeah,
it wasn't to Justin Herbert's detriment. It was more so the Chargers defense must just be putrid, or Texans are just hella good and Trey Lance is hella good. I don't know.
Yeah, you could look at it anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Lance also had an average depth of target of 12 yards, highest of any quarterback since Garoppolo. I'm assuming highest of any 49ers quarterback since Garoppolo in 2017. Yeah. Which, funny enough, when Garoppolo had that game, his highest 13.3, it was also versus the Texans, and it was also in his second start as a 49er.
That's wild.
So
That's weird.
How do you say it? Quinkadink.
Coinkadink. Yeah, that's quite the coinkadink, if I do say so myself. You could say there's a lot of similarities between the two quarterbacks.
Can you?
We're bitches. Okay.
More facts. I know you guys like facts, okay? Trey Lance also averaged the most air yards per attempt with 11.5 and threw for the most yards on passes of over 10 air yards, 205, by any 49ers quarterback in a game over the last 3 seasons.
Is that good? Sorry.
It's either he's really good, or
the 49ers have
likes
had...
of that third Mullins and Hoyer
yeah,
and whoever else is really bad. Both can be true.
Yeah, exactly.
Both can be true.
Context.
But I want to know what you thought specifically about what changed, or what differences did you see between week 5 performance and week 7? I mean, sorry, week 17.
As far as Trey?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like just for me, as just a gal watching football, not an analyst or anything like that, I thought his mechanics looked smoother. I thought he looked more comfortable and got even more comfortable as the game went on. And I feel like his first start, he was holding the ball longer, but with less purpose. I feel like this week, he was holding the ball, but most of the time he was holding the ball for good reason and getting it off with purpose. We saw more completions and less inaccurate throws, more accuracy from him, I would say, than week 5. And that has to do with the receivers too, I feel, because there were way more drops at the beginning of the season, and especially during Trey Lance's start. I know that was a big topic of discussion, all of the drops. And so I think he got a lot more support from everyone around him on Sunday, and that made all the difference too.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like Brandon Ayuk hadn't really emerged to the player he is right now. He didn't have Kittle in week 5.
Debo wasn't even the same player that he is at this point, right?
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone has
I think Debo has gotten better as the season.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the season, he was still obviously the best player on offense, but he was still having 1 or 2 drops a game, which, I mean, he still has drops. Everyone does, but it's not happening as frequently.
Right. Agreed. But also, aside from just the rushing aspect of it, because, in the first game we saw Trey Lance take the ball for a lot of rushes, and I think that was one of the biggest differences. So you could say Kyle Shanahan's play calling definitely, it looked like he trusted Trey Lance more, which is on par with everything we had been hearing about Trey Lance in recent weeks, right? Also, he got hit a hell of a lot less in week 5, and Matt Barrows pointed this out. Trey Lance got hit a total of 24 times, 16 times from his carries, 8 times in the pocket. On Sunday, week 17 versus the Texans, Trey Lance got hit 9 times, 7 on his carries, and 2 quarterback hits. So just way different. I mean, you obviously don't want your quarterback taking hits. I understand like why there were so many runs dialed up in week 5, but I'm glad that got dialed back a ton this time.
Yeah. He still doesn't look as comfortable or, as good as I've hoped rushing. So I hope that comes along with more time. Obviously it will, but
I agree. There's a hesitancy there. I don't know why.
I'm like, dude, you're fast. Go.
Yeah. He seems very hesitant. There's one run he had where if he just gunned it, he would have probably had the first down. I think it was I think it was a third and short. And like
he'll still be looking for the throw when he could have been there already.
great quality, but yeah,
Yeah.
he has to know when to just,
Well,
go
and
for it.
the last running quarterback we had was Colin Kaepernick, right? And I mean, a textbook running
Yeah.
quarterback. I mean, he did
Yeah.
everything right. So we're used to just seeing straight up explosiveness back there with someone that can run like they can. So I think it'll come along with more
Yeah. Oh,
experience and more confidence
definitely.
and practice.
For sure. One thing we talked about was the fact that, we didn't want him holding the ball as long. We noticed that in week 5, he held on to the ball too long, right? And of course, that's what made it difficult for the offensive line to sort of, I guess, keep up with that demand, right? I felt like the offensive line did a good job of, keeping his pocket clean on Sunday. But like you mentioned, he also did a better job of just getting the ball out a little bit quicker as well. So that was nice to see.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to see improvements the more he plays. Ridiculous
Weird.
concept. I
Yeah.
know.
But, the devil's advocate on Twitter, people are like, how do you know that he hasn't improved from, because we have seen improvements, right? So
Yeah.
obviously you
Yeah.
can still improve sitting the bench, but I mean, I think in the first half to the second half just shows how much more comfortable you can be with actual real playing time.
Yes, it happens way quicker, right?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I mean, you can look at, someone posted, I don't know who it was. This was like 2 weeks ago. They posted Justin Fields, numbers from the first half of the season versus the second half of the season, or not season because he didn't start right away, but his first 5 games to his last 5 games, and it's like he went from being in the red in every single category to being in the green, and so it just goes to show.
Yeah, Justin Fields is a great example actually of that because he did look pretty bad like in his first few starts, and like
Yeah,
he continued to improve, and he looks really good now. I mean,
just like a quarterback.
he's yeah, he's at least able to keep his team in the game, and that's really all you can ask for in a rookie quarterback, right? Um, but let's talk about another rookie. We'll talk more about Trey Lance in a bit. Let's talk about Elijah Mitchell.
We
Man.
stand.
Okay.
Dude,
So,
how
okay.
crazy is that?
Well, because last week I was like, they're gonna ease him
Ease
in.
him
Like
back.
Jeff Wilson Jr., he's earned like the starting snaps. Jeff Wilson Jr. is about to be the 1A, and Mitchell's gonna be the 1B. Wow. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, is Kyle Shanahan in love? Like, does he love
How
Elijah
could you
Mitchell?
not be? How could you not be? Precious, talented angel, like sent from
6th
above. I
round
mean,
gem.
yeah, another late round diamond in the rough for the Niners. What's new? Yeah, I mean, what a surprise. Steal of the draft. It's crazy to me that we're not hearing his name spoken about more than we do just during broadcasts. I feel like people should be screaming his name from the rooftops because, I mean, he's one of the best rookie running backs that we've seen in quite a while. I mean, he's right up there with Najee Harris this year, right? Imagine if he wasn't injured at all this season. I mean, Najee Harris was injured too, so that's not fair. But I would like to see like a full season of him, what numbers he would have put up this year in his rookie season, because regardless, like what a campaign.
Right. And Mitchell has missed 6 games. I mean, I know you said Najee
Yeah,
has
he
been
has.
dinged up this year,
Harris
but
hasn't missed that many.
right. So it's
Yeah.
it's still very impressive what he's been able to accomplish. On Sunday he had 21 carries, 119 yards, good for 5.7 yards per carry. He also had 2 receptions, and of course we saw his receiving touchdown. That was actually his first receiving touchdown of the season, which came as a bit of a surprise to me. I mean, he just seems like he's so involved in the offense. Surprised he didn't have one sooner.
Right.
Get this. This is probably my favorite Elijah Mitchell stat of the week.
Okay.
So he had 119 yards, right? 90 of those came after contact.
That's crazy.
What
So
a
I have a
bully.
fast fact. I have a fast fact to add on to that
Do it.
bullyish statistic. And this is from Akash again. Yards after contact per attempt among all running backs in the NFL. He's third. So Nick Chubb, 4.21 yards after contact per attempt. Jonathan Taylor, 3.83. Elijah Mitchell, 3.75. So he's up there with, two of the best running backs in the NFL. Arguably, some might say I would say two top 5 running backs. Can we say Elijah Mitchell is a top 5 running back? Maybe not yet. Definitely top 10. Exciting times. I love that fact. I love that yak. You gotta love it, right?
Yards after yards after contact. Yes.
Yards after carry would be crazy. How do you do that?
He's awesome. He forced 4 missed tackles as well. He now has 878 yards on the season, and on Sunday he passed the franchise record for rushing yards for a 49ers rookie. No surprise. I mean,
it was a little surprising for me though. I feel
was
like
it?
I was like, yeah, I don't like, obviously he's been amazing, but the reality of just how amazing he has been doesn't hit you until you hear, okay, now he's got the most all time for a rookie. So pretty crazy. Yeah. He also is 5th in the NFL as far as rushing yards per game. So nuts.
So that's impressive. And I think I didn't write this one down, but I'm pretty sure I'm saying this one right. So he's had 10 starts this year, right? Or he's played in 10 games. In 5 of those games, he's gone over 100 yards.
Wow. So it's not just like, it's like just immense productivity.
Yeah.
Every time he's in the game.
And he's
over half the time he's in the game.
I guess like the biggest part of it for me is that he is Kyle Shanahan sees him as a bell cow, because like at least in Kyle Shanahan's time here in San Francisco as coach, like we've seen a lot of committees,
Yeah.
And so this is the one season and the one running back who has just, he's asserted himself as the bell cow, RB1, unquestioned. Like, it's good to see, I guess. It's nice.
I thoroughly enjoy it. I know fantasy players all over the world enjoy it when a team has a go-to running back. Just really cool. There were so many rookies, right, that we came into this season talking about and excited about. And I think it's just has been so surprising in the best way what he's done this season.
Yeah. He's now 122 yards away from an 1,000-yard rushing season. Of course, there's one game left to do it. Just based on everything we've seen from him this year, that totally seems possible, right?
Feed Mitchell.
I mean, yes, I hope they feed him. I hope they try to get him that record because that would be nice. It'd be the first time the 49ers had a 1K rusher since Frank Gore in 2014. And so
from a rookie, dude,
that is just,
we all know 2014 wasn't Frank Gore's rookie season.
right.
That is so cool.
Yeah. That's so cool. It's awesome.
Yeah.
A couple other players who need some magic to happen on Sunday to reach some milestones. George Kittle also needs 100 yards to reach 1,000 yards receiving on the season. And Bosa, he needs 5 sacks to reach a 20 sack season and break the franchise record currently held by Alden Smith, the 19.5 sacks. Whew,
That would
is
be
that's
crazy.
the yeah, I'm like that.
If Bosa gets 5 sacks to break the franchise record this week,
CPOY, man.
legally, we have to like,
Legally.
I don't know. I don't want to say get a tattoo because like everyone says that, but I don't know. I'll do
Tattoo.
something. I'll do something. I'll do like a polar plunge or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. That would just be crazy.
We'll think of something.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So we should think of something
Okay.
absolutely
I'll
ridiculous.
think of something. People put some suggestions in the comments. What should Angie
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Well,
Nothing gross.
really quick before we move on to some defensive players and their performance, don't forget to like and subscribe. And then if you're watching this on Twitter, just hop on over and watch it on YouTube, because if you're trying to comment on Twitter, we will not see it. So make sure you hop on YouTube and watch. If you guys are watching on YouTube already, again, like and subscribe. All right.
Nice
Fred
plug,
Warner.
Steph.
I got to. Next player that I want to hype up. He was all over the place, and he really looked like all pro Fred on Sunday. He had 15 tackles, which is a career high for him. And he's just stepping up. I mean, we were talking about Aziz, being out in this game, and obviously that's a tough loss. But when you have a Fred Warner, all things can be well. He had the 15 tackles, one of them for a loss, and the forced fumble as well.
Yeah. I mean, just the freaking defense as a whole, right? This week was just lights out. And it's so nice to see Fred Warner like back as that guy that you're seeing every single play, and really, living up to his role as the leader of the defense.
Yeah, no kidding. Post game, Fred Warner said that DeMeco Ryans, he said usually they have like 3 keys to victory for like every game. DeMeco Ryans only gave them 1 key to victory for the game versus the Texans, and it was that they had to have their most dominant performance of the year. I would say they did, right? Or pretty close to it. What would you say?
I mean, yeah, they only gave up 7 points. So in a must-win game. So they did what they needed to do. And I mean, DeMeco was right on point. Like that's pace from here on out, right? Every week it has been this way for the past couple of weeks. They need to go out and have the most dominant performance that they can, because it's literally like dog eat dog out there right now, win or go home. So, and DeMeco's been on point all season. So what's new?
Exactly. I was about to say that he has been on point, and his players have been on point. A couple players I want to talk about because their stonks are up. Stonks. All right.
Stonks.
We're gonna talk about Arden Key really quick, because he is just
stonking.
Bosa's been quiet these last couple weeks, okay? But I said this last week as well, like we're starting to see other players on the defensive line emerge, and Arden Key is one of those guys. He had a 93.3 PFF grade. He was the highest graded 49ers defender. Angie, what are you seeing out of Arden Key?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at this point, like, when there's just a mass of bodies rushing the quarterback, like, I know it's Key. Like, it's a given at this point. It's just been straight dominance, and it's been amazing to see him come here and thrive, because I think a lot of people were kind of questioning how he would do in San Francisco, in Santa Clara. And I mean, living up to proving doubters wrong, right?
Yes. This won't be the last time that we say this, because the offseason is approaching, but Arden Key needs to be an offseason free agent priority for this team. Yeah. I think he's proving to be that player. He had 7 quarterback pressures on 17 pass rushes. Is that good?
Is that? I was gonna say it again, but I was like,
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. His pass rush productivity since week 8 is 11.2. That's good for third best in the NFL, and that's behind only TJ Watt and Chris Jones. Really
pretty good. I'm
Really
laughing
good.
because
I know.
Say Christ.
So I was trying not to laugh too. In my notes, instead of Chris Jones, they put Christ Jones. So
We
yes,
pray.
the Holy Trinity right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arden Key, his stonks are up. But another player I wanted to talk about, Ambry Thomas.
Yeah.
Whoa. What are we thinking about Ambry Thomas? He's turned it around.
Yeah, who would have thought, right? Not me. He's become, to me, if I'm picking between Norman, Johnson, and Thomas right now, I'm going Thomas just based on this past couple weeks. He's definitely improved to me, and it's really nice to see because, for a rookie, you feel bad when they're underperforming and you want them to do well. And so to really watch him come into his own has been really cool.
Yeah, he has improved with every week. He only gave up one catch on Sunday for 0 yards. He also had the one pass breakup, which was a near interception. This guy it's gonna feel so good when he gets
his first
interception because he's been so close. Get this guy on the jugs machine ASAP.
Yeah, and he was so pissed when he didn't come down with that.
Because I just imagine like he's had a few of these now in his head. He's like, oh, I gotta catch that next time. I'm gonna catch that, and it'll come though. It'll come. He also had 2 run stops, and he had a 72.2 PFF grade, his best. And like we said, his PFF grade has improved with each game. So
yeah,
it's just it's good to see. In a bit, we will discuss who the 49ers should start at cornerback this week because there's a bit of a don't know what to say. It's just a lot of possibilities. Conundrum, yes. It's a good word. That's why we have you here, Angie. You come up with the words
I am
on
good
the fly.
At the words. I am good at the words. I'll say that much.
Good at the words. Okay. So you had a fast fact. I know I stole it from you earlier. Did you have another fast fact?
I did say their fact. Oh, yeah, I have another one. It's about Debo.
All right, let's go for it. Wait, really quickly.
So this is from.
Sorry, really quickly. Mike, what's a stonk?
A stonk is a stock. So like when the stock market's going up. Yeah, so someone made it into a meme. When all of the stock market memery was going on, and it's basically like the dog, the Doge, going stonks.
Yeah.
Looking at stonks going up. It's stocks. It's just, stonks going up mean you're on the rise, baby. I don't know if I explained that.
Let me see if I can share this really quick because I'm just like, I'm dying. I got to show you guys the stonks.
Oh, why was I thinking it was the dog with that?
The Dogecoin.
That's it. Yeah.
Stonks.
That's a stonk.
So not only do you have to call it stonks, but you have to say it stonks. I don't know why. Just that's my thing.
Yeah, you have to stonk. Yeah, you have to it's really like
you gotta really
like stonks
from like the chest, like.
Have you seen that?
Did you say beans?
Yeah, have you seen that?
No.
The guy going beans.
No,
I'll send it to you later.
Send that to but yeah, Mike, that's stonks. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Angie.
My fast fact. So I said one earlier, which was the yards after contact for Elijah Mitchell, top 3 in the NFL per attempt. Another fast fact is from our boy Jason Aponte. You don't follow Jason, I don't know. Deebo Samuel still leads the NFL with 10.2 yards after the catch per reception and average yak above expectation with 5. Sorry, that ended very with 5. And that is per Jason Aponte, per Next Gen Stats. So it's a little double per there. Yeah. Did you
All
hear
right,
me?
well, I had one. Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I thought it was your cat. I don't know.
It sounded
was
just
Lionel
like
again.
him. Yeah.
Okay. I have a fast fact though. The 49ers, they clinched their second winning season under Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch in
Yeah, baby.
5 years.
We
as
got
know.
2.
Gang, 2.
I will say, like, Kyle's creeping closer and closer to 500 with every game that passes.
Hey,
He'll get there one
it
day.
is true.
Yeah,
It is true.
my prediction is he will leave San Francisco as a winning head coach. That's my prediction.
No, he's not allowed to leave.
Okay, yeah, never leaving, but he will die as a winning coach with the 49ers. Okay, is that better? No, he's never dying either. He's immortal.
Oh no.
No.
He can't guarantee that he'll be alive on Sunday, so
yeah, exactly. What are you, vampire? Okay.
All right. Well, let's talk about the playoff picture because all eyes on the 49ers and well, not all eyes, but all 49er fans' eyes are on, the playoff picture. And let me try to find this comment earlier because I think it was Mike. He was like, can we get 10-7 on the chalkboard? And I'm like, no, because they have to win. They have to win on Sunday.
Mike, relax.
I can't jinx them. Superstition, right? But currently the 49ers have a 61% chance of making the playoffs according to 538. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it's a website, right? So I've just seen it on Twitter. According to 538. Okay, whatever that is. But to make it really simple, the 49ers are win and in.
Just
they can
win.
Just win, baby. They can also tie. Yeah. So just win or tie. I'll take a tie.
Mike said, okay, my bad. We're not mad at you, Mike. You're good.
Yeah, so to put it simply, just win and they're in. If they lose, they can still get in, but only if the Saints lose. And the Saints are playing the Falcons, which, as we know, isn't the hottest team in the NFL. So, right. And both of those games start at the same time. Niners, Rams, and Saints, Falcons. And they're going to be playing at the same time, so they're not going to know, like,
is it a morning game or an afternoon game?
It's an afternoon game.
Okay, so Bloody Marys, not mimosas. Got it.
Okay.
It's going to be one of those days.
You're going to be lit. All right.
I have to deal with this somehow. It's way too stressful.
So really quickly, and for audio listeners, sorry you cannot see what is on the screen or what I'm showing.
Watch us on YouTube.
What was shared was the NFC seeding possibilities. It's kind of small on this screen even, but you can see if you look at the 6 column here, number 6, you'll see SF is noted several times. So these are literally all the different possibilities that can happen this upcoming week. And as you can see, the 49ers, like I mentioned, they have a 61% chance. So you do see their name quite a bit as a possibility. So that bodes well. But again, they have to win. And
okay, so I can't see that. So if the 49ers get the 6th seed, who are they playing? Does it say on there? That's just the seeding.
No, I don't think. Yeah, it's just the seeding. Okay. It doesn't. I don't think it says who they're playing.
I'll just look it up.
I'm sure someone in the comments, like if you guys, if you guys know,
because I'm just what's better, 6th or 7th? Obviously, like off the top of your head, 6th is obviously better because 7th.
I know one of the possibilities is Tampa Bay.
Christopher Johnson always comes through clutch. 6th seed plays the 3 seed.
Yeah, like Christopher knows everything. Like,
Yeah.
we're so thankful to have him here week in and week out. Yes, always answering our questions. So yes, if you look at this chart, 3rd seed more than likely is Tampa Bay. So
don't like that. But do I maybe actually?
Yeah,
at this point,
the Bucks
currently,
they're sliding. They're sliding a bit.
They're in a
struggled.
tailspin.
They beat the Jets, but like just barely.
Yeah.
Like, so weird
hilarious.
Weird times for them. The other possibility, I believe, are the Rams. So we can play it. It's possible we play Rams back to back. Hey, CG. So yeah, I mean, I like talking about the scenario where we win because that's just the simplest.
Yeah.
And, blue skies. That's the blue skies scenario. If the 49ers lose and the Saints lose and the Eagles win, the 49ers may still be able to get the 7th seed. But it seems like more likely it'll be the 6th. But before we talk about next week, this upcoming game, there's some injury news that came out this week.
Yes.
That definitely has an impact on this game. Angie, do you want to list those out?
Yeah, so Trent Williams, they're going to be managing him this week with an elbow sprain. Hopefully they manage him well and he's on the field this weekend. And then COVID list: Jimmy Ward, Dante Johnson, K'Wan Williams, Raheem Mostert. Why are they placing him on the COVID list?
I don't know if they actually placed him on the list officially.
Like, they're just letting people know that he has COVID.
Yeah. Well, no.
Because he's around.
When I saw that Mostert was positive, I was like, oh shit, because he was on the sideline.
Exactly, yeah.
On Sunday, and he was talking to a lot of players. Like, I saw him talking to Jimmy, like, and
that's what's great about having, a team with a lot of vaccinated players is like the exposure guidelines are like completely different. If you're not vaccinated and you're like exposed, you're screwed. But if you're vaccinated, like, it's not as big of a deal. So hopefully he wasn't like straight up just spitting on people over on the sideline.
I believe he had a mask on. So
yeah, that's good.
There you go. Did
he have a mask on?
I thought he did. Maskgate. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But as we mentioned earlier, with the new CDC guidelines, it changes a bit for the better for NFL teams because it is possible that these players clear before Sunday. They only need to be on the list for 5 days, right? That's like the least they could be on it, I believe.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm no doctor, but hopefully they clear by Sunday.
I hope so.
Yes, I hope so. Fingers crossed. So. But there was some good news as well in terms of injury. So Mohamed Sanu, Maurice Hurst, Emmanuel Mosley, and safety Tavon Wilson, they're expected to be activated from injured reserve. No guarantee that they'll be like activated and available before Sunday, but the hope is that they all practice on Wednesday. So they're trending in the right direction, and those players will be a huge boost, especially Emmanuel Mosley. And as we mentioned, a lot of their secondary is on the COVID list right now. So 49ers also signed former Bengals, former Falcons cornerback Darqueze Dennard. They need the depth right now.
Yeah.
So
especially with COVID going crazy.
It's going crazy right now.
COVID's back.
It's turned up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask you really quickly, who starts at corner on Sunday? Like,
With Mosley back?
yes. So assuming Mosley's back on Sunday, I mean, who would you want to see at the opposite side?
I mean, I said this earlier. I'm going Thomas. Norman and Johnson just annoy me. So
Out.
get
Out.
like I would rather
You're
the young
done.
rook get a chance to prove himself than like I would rather watch a rookie get a DPI than like watch one of these fools get a DPI. Like if that makes sense. I don't
Oh,
think it
for
does,
sure.
but and
No, it
also
does.
yeah, and Ambry has improved. And I think
Yeah.
he should be rewarded for his good play.
Ryan agrees with you. I agree with you.
What's
I'm gonna
new?
go with yeah, right. I just steal all your ideas. But I agree, Mosley and Thomas. I mean, Thomas is just he's showing some confidence, and that could be a really good thing, like going into the playoffs. Yes, the competition is going to be, tough. You suddenly see really good wide receivers every week now. But based on what I'm seeing, I think he can handle it. And like you said, I rather see a rookie make these mistakes, and I would give him a pass for making a mistake more so than Josh Norman.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it kind of goes the same for the quarterback too, right? Like everyone throws their hands up in the air over a Trey Lance interception, but I'm like, chances are Jimmy G throws an interception in that game, like statistically speaking. So what are we even arguing about? Like,
Right.
so yeah, I'm all for team rookies, especially when they give you just as good of a chance to win.
Yep. I agree. Melissa says here, Lenore at nickel if Shark is out. So if K1 Williams is out, Lenore. It's funny. Well, not funny, but
Could be
like
fun.
Dante Johnson is usually K1 Williams backup at nickel. But they're both on the COVID list.
Yeah.
So
Stupid COVID.
I mean, I don't want to we're just speculating, right? We don't know who's going to be cleared. Like, oh,
We don't
I
know
don't want to.
anything.
Exactly. I don't want to start going into scenarios that are like, I don't know if they're likely or not. But I don't know. That'd be interesting to see Lenore at nickel. I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, like if they're both out,
Why not?
we might have to see Lenore at nickel. So yeah,
That's
it'll
so
just
true.
be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens because obviously this is a big game against the Rams. I'm
God,
glad
the
that
stakes
Mosley's going
couldn't
to
be
be back.
higher.
Yeah, I know. It's just like I'm so nervous. But we'll talk about the Rams preview in a bit. But I wanted to ask you, who starts at quarterback on Sunday? We keep hearing from Kyle Shanahan that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to try to practice tomorrow, which hey, maybe this segues us into our cap or no cap. Because Shanahan said Jimmy is a 49ers unquestioned starter if he's 100% healthy.
He's not.
Sure.
He's not 100% healthy.
Exactly. So, okay.
Sorry, cap or no cap?
Oh, no, yeah. No, you're good. The follow-up question to that was, is if Jimmy needs to be 100% to play this week. So someone asked him that. And Kyle Shanahan said no.
Dude, I'm gonna die.
Oh my god!
So, okay,
and then he gets mad when people ask him about injuries, and then whatever.
Yeah, well, it's because you give 17 different answers in the span of 10 minutes. We can't keep up. Sorry if we forget and need to ask again.
So, cap or no cap, Angie? Do you think it's true that that Shanahan would play Jimmy Garoppolo if he was less than 100% on Sunday?
I think Kyle Shanahan would totally do that. I think if Jimmy G was 90%, he would go with Jimmy G over Trey Lance. So I don't think that's cap, but I also think he's just straight up like capping overall, being shady AF, saying like Jimmy is the starter if he's 100% healthy, but then someone asks, does he need to be 100% to play this week? And then him saying no. Like, what is that? Why? Me and you shouldn't have to deal with this, okay? Like,
we deserve better.
So in terms of, does Jimmy need to be 100% to play this week? And Kyle saying no, I'm saying no cap. I think that he'll play him. I think he'll play him if he's not 100%. I think Kyle would rather have Jimmy playing through injury than play Trey Lance. And I don't think that's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, I
disagree.
All signs would point to that being true. Like I do agree with you there. Like I think Kyle Shanahan wants to go with who knows his offense better than anyone, and currently that is Jimmy Garoppolo. That being said, I don't think there's any chance that Jimmy plays on Sunday. Like, based on everything we've heard about this type of injury, and again, we're not doctors, but we've heard 4 to 6 weeks. And let's just say 4 weeks best case scenario, right? Hell, let's say 3 weeks. We're not even there yet. So I just don't think there's a chance. And also on top of that, not just the fact that he could play through injury, but this particular injury hinders your ability to grip the ball. It seems like something important that you would need.
Yeah. I
can't grip the ball, accuracy. Go ahead, Angie. Sorry.
Well, I'm just, I said that I think Kyle would play Jimmy if he was 90%. I don't think Jimmy's even 90% right now, right? Like Jimmy has to be like 50%. Like to me, that seems like a really serious injury, like you just said. So like, I mean, we played this game all last week, right? And I feel like there was some kind of agenda behind it to throw off the Texans. So I think that's exactly what's going on this week. I think that Kyle would definitely rather play a semi-injured Jimmy G over Trey Lance, but I just think Jimmy G is too injured to go that route.
Yeah.
Route, however you say it. Potato.
I say route, but I'm not gonna.
I say route unless it's like Route 66. That's why I said route after I said route, because I was like, that was weird. Who is she? It was weird. Okay.
Good point, though. Good point.
But yeah, dude, I don't know.
Well, okay. So Shanahan did say they're gonna have a game plan ready for both quarterbacks. Sure. Like, okay. I don't know if I like that. Let's just commit.
We focus on Trey. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just put all our focus on Trey, commit to Trey Lance. It's going to do him, a favor by doing that as well as the rest of the team. But whatever. I mean, I get what Kyle Shanahan is trying to do. Yes, you want the Rams to prepare for both quarterbacks, but they don't believe you either. I highly doubt they believe you right now with Jimmy having a UCL tear. I don't even think the Texans really prepared for Garoppolo. Like, come on.
Yeah. And I totally get why. I mean, we're going to get into it with the Twitter tizzy, but let's just get into the Twitter tizzy. I'll just say it.
Let's go.
And so Twitter tizzy, obviously everyone after the game this weekend is arguing about who should start, the final game of the season against the Rams. Should it be Jimmy G or should it be Trey Lance? And the key word is, should it be injured Jimmy G for me? Because to me, if Jimmy G isn't injured, if you look at what he's done against the Rams, he's undefeated against the Rams, right? He's 5-0. He's never lost to them as the San Francisco 49er. to me, if Jimmy was 100%, like if they're like, oh my God, that week off did him great, like he's able to practice. To me, it's like, yeah, you go with Jimmy, right? But that's not the case here. That's not even what we're talking about. I don't even know why it's up for discussion. Jimmy G is injured. I would rather have a healthy quarterback go out and start against the Rams. And for the record, Trey Lance is also undefeated against the Rams. So never lost to him.
Hey, any way you look at it, any way you look at it.
What do you think? Who do you think should start?
I mean,
or I guess
if
Jimmy G wasn't injured, like,
yeah, let's just say hypothetically, if Garoppolo turns up to be like 75% and up healthy, like around that range, right? Let's just say, just to for the sake
3/4 full.
Yeah. That's a tough one. Because I don't know what Trey Lance doesn't know. And I don't know how much that really affects Kyle Shanahan's play calling and what he's able to do. I really don't know. I mean, I would like to say that I would take Kyle Shanahan's word for it, but at the same time, Trey Lance. I would go Trey Lance.
Yeah.
There's things that make me nervous about Trey Lance starting in this game against the Rams, but I think I'd rather have a healthy Trey Lance right now than a 80%, 75% Jimmy Garoppolo.
And to be fair, like, I didn't mean to sound like one of the Jimmy wins games crowd members, with the 5-0 record, because I mean, we saw what the defense did to the Rams the last time they played them, with all of the picks and the turnovers. And I mean, Debo just went off as far as yards after catch and stuff. So it's not like Jimmy G is the Rams kryptonite. I think, honestly, the 49ers are the Rams kryptonite at this point. We can all, Kyle Shanahan is their kryptonite. And at the end of the day, they have their numbers. So it's like, Trey Lance probably also gives them a pretty good chance to win.
Yeah.
All things considered, especially if he plays like the second half.
Yes, that's so important. And that's one thing, like, I actually meant to say earlier, is that if he does play in this game against the Rams, he has that second half performance to kind of
like, oh yeah, I'm good at football.
Yeah, like, there's no break in between. It's like, just as we've seen Justin Fields get better with each game,
right?
I'm sure we would see Trey Lance get better.
Like, when was the last time? Yeah, when was the last time this kid got to play 2 games in a row? Like 3 years ago now? Like, you know? So
exactly. So yeah. But I'm glad you brought that up about the tizzy. Random 49ers, again, we love this account. I mean, if you guys don't follow
we don't run it.
Like, we are always, I don't even think he knows we talk about his account this much.
Or she, I don't even know.
Or she, yes.
Yeah.
So they ran a poll. Do you feel confident in Trey Lance leading this team in the playoffs? As you can see, very divided and pretty evenly so. 29%. 29% said very confident. And that's about, I don't know if I'd say like very confident, but like, but I also
can see how you voted.
Yeah, I did say they're both kind of even, but
yeah.
And that's just assuming that,
yeah, that's not ability
that's
wise.
assuming Jimmy Garoppolo is healthy.
Right. That's
by the way.
Whole package, at the end of the day, we're talking about a rookie versus a vet. So
yeah,
I agree with you. How could you be very how could you be very confident in Trey Lance leading this team in the I mean, I get being like confident and like supporting it, but how could you be like very confident in a rookie? Like, I mean, it just usually doesn't work out, man. So
I needed more like options in this poll.
Oh, sorry. Melissa just commented that she's very confident. I'm sorry, Melissa.
Oh,
I just disagree, but I respect your opinion.
Hey,
we love
that's
the confidence.
Okay. I mean, but let's look at the Rams preview, because another thing Melissa said, I'm worried about Aaron Donald versus Compton.
Yeah, he's gonna get trucked.
Shit.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Shit. But isn't it Brunskill? Isn't it Brunskill that like always has the great game against Aaron Donald?
Oh, yeah, I don't think that. Whatever.
I mean, he's gonna see Compton as well.
I'm like, they're both gonna be right there. So he's
yeah,
probably
exactly.
gonna plow through both of them.
Well, we'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah.
That hasn't
He's been
the
neutralized,
case.
right?
Exactly. That has not been the case in the last few games against the Rams. And so we hope to see that another game like that. Angie, what's a key to victory for you for the 49ers in this game?
Containing Matt Stafford's arm, capitalizing on his mistakes. He hasn't been the best quarterback as of late. So I think if they can capitalize on his mistakes, if the defense can turn the ball over, win the turnover battle, like that's all it'll take, because we've seen how our offense matches up with their defense and vice versa. And it usually, as of late, as of the Jimmy G era, it favors the 49ers. So that is my key to the game is the defense, containing that potent Rams offense.
Right.
Cooper Kupp, just everyone. Stop him.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp, he's on another
Because that's
level.
Obviously, like the last time they played, there were some huge offensive plays, but that game would have been a lot closer without what the defense did. So I think they're, again, as they have been since 2019, are a huge key to the game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And again, like, we're going to keep an eye on which players are able to clear the COVID protocols before the game on Sunday. Hopefully all of them, and hopefully there aren't any new additions to the list before Sunday.
Personally, I am hoping for another ass catch that counts this time. Just saying.
That was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. But Christopher Johnson here, Compton will have to deal with Von Miller more. Yes. And I almost forgot about Von Miller.
He wasn't even playing yet, right? Last time they played? Because he had just been traded. It was just OBJ that was playing.
It was either he hadn't played yet or it was his first game with the Rams. I don't remember. It was one of the two. I think it was
very close.
Beckham played. Mm-hmm. And obviously Kupp, Beckham, who, Stafford likes to get him the ball because if you don't get him the ball, he whines. But he gets mad over something. I don't know.
His dad. Oh wait,
you're talking his dad.
I thought you were talking about OBJ.
But yeah, I mean, a big challenge coming up for the defense. But as you said, I mean, historically, the defense has had good games versus the Rams. Another thing, though, I just feel like Kyle Shanahan, I don't know what it is about playing the Rams. He's just like, McVay, I'm better than you.
In his bag. We had it backwards.
Vaughn played, OBJ was taken out.
OBJ was not yet playing. So, all right. So we handled him last time then. We ain't worried.
We did, but it was his first. It was his first game with the Rams, so he probably wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a good play this last week.
Hey, retweet if you miss Mike McGlinchey. Who thought we'd be saying that? Am I right?
I don't know. I mean, the offensive line has done pretty decent without him. I'm actually impressed. In fact, they've been great lately. I have this in my notes. They're PFF's number 1 graded run blocking unit and the number 6 pass blocking unit. Shout out to Jordan, aka Splash Cousin,
gang.
On Twitter.
That's true. But you know what? With McGlinchey, they become better than number 1 at run blocking, and then they become worse than number 6 with that in the pass blocking. Anyway,
yeah,
shout out Mike.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Rams defend Trey Lance. I mean, obviously, I think they're going to bank on him making some rookie mistakes. They're going to try to bait him into making those mistakes. But as I was saying, Kyle Shanahan turns it up a notch against McVay. He's like, oh, bet you haven't tried this play before. Let me run it on you. It's just he goes deep into his bag of tricks. And in particular, Debo.
Right,
exactly. And Debo has had good games against the Rams these last few games. So like I feel good about the offense. I think. I don't know why the defense just I don't
They're
know.
gonna be fine, dude. I totally understand why you feel that way, but they're gonna be fine.
Okay,
D'Amico's
score
got
prediction,
this.
go. Score prediction, go.
No,
Yeah.
no, dude. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go. Damn. 28-14.
Whoa.
Niners. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, you feel real good. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't they score like 40 on them last time? Or like 30 something?
Okay. Let's see.
Also, I'm the worst score predictor ever. I don't even know why you're treating this with any bit
I'm
of
gonna
merit.
go 24-17.
Ooh, okay, a little spicier. All right. I'm just trying to like hype myself up and expect the best, opposite of what I usually do.
But obviously I picked the 49ers to win as well.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I, right?
Yeah.
But that is our show for actually, really quick, because I missed a question that Melissa asked, actually. Okay. Can I ask you, since he has had some good drives, do you see Compton back next year? I'm sure we'll talk about this more in the off season, but I think there's some value in Tom Compton that they like. And he's versatile.
Right,
or versatile, however you say it.
He's stepped into this role, and they're a playoff team, so a potential playoff team. So I don't see why they wouldn't keep him around for depth. That's just my opinion.
I agree. And people dropping their score predictions. Love it.
I like the 20-13 prediction. That's way better than mine.
That sounds like, it just sounds normal. Like it sounds natural, right?
Yeah. Okay. Every time I say a score, I'm just like, I don't know.
I know. I just
it's hard to predict.
Throw something at the wall and hope it sticks.
Yeah.
But for you guys who have tuned in, thank you so much for listening, watching. We really appreciate all of you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever the hell it is you guys do. And then also subscribe, I guess, to us, or rate us on the podcast listening platforms.
Just any buttons you can push on your screen. Just
try all of them.
Try all of them. Yeah, except like the block or delete. Not that one. Thanks everyone.
All right. Thanks. But I appreciate all of you guys. As always, I am Steph. Angie. Peace.